Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. It is April 8th, I think. It's so much fun trying to keep up with dates in this time. I love it. It's actually the world is working the way that I do sometimes now. Anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. And I was just got done doing a class, a Zoom class, and maybe I had me think about some things I wanted to share. And I was just thinking about with all the stuff going on and how we like one might work on keeping themselves positive or raising their vibration. And I really wanted to talk about that because for me, what I've learned and with all the stuff going on out there, everything moves at a certain vibration, and negativity and positive have very different vibrations. And what I found is that if we raise our vibrations, then a lot of the more negative things don't affect you the same way. You might notice it or see it, but it's not going to affect you the same way. And I love that. And that's something that I like to practice a lot in my life. And it's just noticing where fears come in and different ideas or thoughts or challenges, and I might find myself running off with them, like we all do. And then there's a part of myself that will like bring that to my awareness, or as soon as I'm starting to feel uncomfortable or too angry or sad or frustrated or whatever, right, then I recognize like, oh, I'm out of balance, and all that means is I'm just focusing on this negativity, or I'm, just caught in it. And what do? Well, I bring myself back. And it's just this constant practice, because if I raise my vibration, then no matter what's happening in the world, it's not going to affect me the same way. And I'm seeing that every day, even with all of this stuff going on. And a lot of what's happening, there's a whole layers of understanding with it, if you will. And some of us do understand that when we raise our vibration, whatever we're going through inside of us is going to reflect in our outside world. And it's super important. It's a really great thing in simple too, really, because if you don't like something that's happening, or you're seeing something and it's scaring you, all you have to do is shift it in here. And now this changes, because it cannot sustain itself if you change your vibration. And it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, because everybody still has free will. Everybody can choose where they want to be, but you can choose different if you want. And so it's as simple as, like, for instance, maybe I'm going through my day and we start talking about, the COVID-19 and what's happening, and all these maybe fears that come up about it, whether it's somebody getting sick, or whether it's, getting in trouble for going out or doing this, or whatever it might be, right? Or maybe some of the stuff that's coming out, the vaccinations and, things like that myself and other people I know that we don't like that and we don't want to see that story. Then I remind myself, it's like, wait a minute, where's my focus? And I bring myself back, and I come back to the moment, and I remind myself, in this moment, in this present moment, everything is divine perfect order and timing. I am safe. I am okay. I'm more than okay. And I start counting all my blessings. I start thinking about all the things that I'm grateful for. And I start naming them, if I need to, or think about them either way. And then I bring my focus back. I take some deep breaths. I might ground my energy. And I'm like, okay, now what can I do now? What is for my highest good to do right now? What brings me joy? And then boom, I've shifted it. And then we continue to do that, and it just becomes this ongoing simplified practice of shifting our energy and shifting our thought process. And it does work. I mean, it really makes a difference. I've had so many experiences where major things have gone down in the world, and I might have been afraid of it, and as soon as I shifted my vibration, it didn't affect me in one way or anybody that I know. And then I've had a lot of positive things happen by thinking positive and thinking outside of the box. Stuff that most people would think couldn't happen did happen. I've been able to manifest, my house, or, I've done this huge event one time that nobody thought was going to be possible. And we pulled it off because we thought outside of the box, and we believed in something, and we held a different vibration, and that naturally attracted it to happen. And we can do that in so many different ways. And I just think that right now it's such a great opportunity. The more we raise our vibration, the less negative things we're going to see in our lives that are going to affect us. And the more of us that do that, then we're affecting, the mass consciousness, the collective consciousness. And that's really cool. And I'm seeing that all over the place right now. It is so wonderful to see how many people are sharing their positive, thoughts or ideas, their creativity, their inspiration, motivation, and it really is inspiring. And it just encourages me, I know, to do more and share more, and to remind ourselves, when we forget. And sometimes we don't realize, we think that has to be this big grand thing, or we feel like we're stuck in something, and you really don't have to be. It's really a choice. And I, for one, am grateful to have learned all these tools and to use them every day, and really just embed them in my life. And it doesn't mean that I don't go off, because people who know me, I have my tangents too, and I can be very passionate about when the thoughts come to me, and when I feel things. And yet at the same time, having that other conscious part of myself, I also remind myself, is, where are you going with this? Is this going to create what you want in your life, or are you ready to shift that back? And it's like, okay, I think I've had enough, let me come back. And then it's no judgment at all has to happen. I know sometimes, we might feel that, and then you just shift that too. And it just becomes this ongoing practice of bringing our focus back to the moment, bringing our focus back to us. So if you're worried about somebody else, what somebody else is doing, them not listening to you, not believing you, whatever it is, it's detached from that. Let go, come back, and work on yourself, because that's how we can help the planet the most right now. The more we can work on ourselves being balanced and coming to a peaceful place within ourselves, and finding our joy, and living out of our passion, the more that ripple is going to go out. And then it gives the next person permission to do the same thing. And we have no attachment to what that looks like for somebody else, because we're all different, and we're all playing a different role. And it becomes a really cool, cycle that continues to happen anyway. And now we're living in a different space than what we've been seeing. And the nice thing that I like to hold on to also is knowing that these are different days. So it doesn't matter what continued to happen in the past, or the way things went down, or how things would manifest before, because today's completely different. The energy is completely different. People are holding a different space. So things cannot happen the same way as they did yesterday, which now gives us room to expand and explore and allow things to be different. And if you can open up to that, you don't have to know all the details. You could just put it out to the universe, and then match that frequency with your thoughts, and just knowing that it's possible makes all the difference, and knowing and focusing on things that you're grateful for, maybe a quality of what you'd like to see in the world, and how you want to see your life. And now you've given room for that to manifest and that to come about. And some of our keys right now is the detachment, the surrender, and not knowing how it's going to unfold, and not worrying about the details. And I know that can be challenging sometimes, but I also know what a gift it is when we do that. It really is. It's like, oh my gosh, so much weight gets lifted, and we don't limit it when we do that. We let go of the limitations, and now things can happen in a multitude of ways that we couldn't see before, or we weren't allowing before. And these are the days that we're in now. And it just gets better and better from here. So anyway, I'm sending you lots of love, and so do my cats, apparently. And until we talk again, and if you want more information, my services, what I'm always here to help if people would like to have some sessions, or you need some guidance or assistance moving through your transitions. I also offer tons of free videos and some guidance from my circles on my website, and that's thelabyrinthsoflife.com. And all my videos I've been posting up on YouTube under just my name, Carolyn Kaufman. And anyway, have a beautiful day, and I look forward to talking again to you soon. Much love and hugs to you all.